Hey guys, welcome back to the V-Strom garage. Today we're working on my friend Terry's '07 V-Strom 650. We're going to be changing out the chain and sprockets. He wants to go, he's got the running 1647 right now. We're going to try 1645. He wants to test that out and see how it does. But that being said, let's get started. Alright guys, so first thing we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and take the countershaft cover sprocket off. Got 3 8mm bolts. This is probably the hardest one to get to. Not that it's hard, but it's harder. Didn't unscrew it far enough. There we go. Alright, I stand back. Oh, the last. Well, you probably haven't cleaned it since we did the chain last time, haven't you? Probably what, 15,000 miles ago or so? 20?
We had 20,000 miles.
20,000 miles? Alright, so once you got the cover off, the next thing we're going to do is take this clutch push rod. I'll show you that once we get it apart. When you take this off, be mindful of which way this little, hopefully you can see this little spring right here. Take a picture of it, use your phone if you got to, so you remember which way this goes on. I don't know if it's a big deal if you get it messed up, but I always like to take pictures and stuff like that. And then once I'm reinstalling it, I'm going to show you a little trick on this. Because I know a lot of people put this back on and then they go to take off and their clutch doesn't work. And I'll show you how that works. Up first. Hopefully I get the camera angle this one on this time. So my last video wasn't so great with my head in the way and my shoulder. Okay, so you got this little clip that comes off. This holds the little spring. Sometimes you can just make it hang, but most of the time it's going to fall off anyway, so I just take it off. So we know this went in from behind. And just like on the 1000, you got your clutch push rod right there, and we'll be cleaning all that stuff up on this one too. So now we get to our countershaft sprocket nut. That's probably the hardest part of the whole job. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and try to get this countershaft sprocket off. I'm going to try this 1/2-inch electric impact. I haven't used it in a while. And I can use it off. Oh, I just got to put it in first so it works better. Alright.
The brake, okay. Push the
Brakes on, make sure you put your brake on, or it's better to have somebody hold it. It makes it a lot easier. You can always wedge something in between the chain and sprocket, but this is probably the easiest way. Alright, so you got your nut that comes off, then you got your little washer behind that you gotta take off. And these things normally have a little tab on it, but this one we used last time, so we'll bend it over so we can use it one more time. Alright, so once you got that off, now we can go ahead and cut the chain, and we'll get that part going. So I'll show you the quick and easy way to take a chain off. Best thing to do is find where the master link is.
These tied up, yeah.
So here's our master link. We're going to take the die grinder. We're just going to grind those two pins off. If you don't have a master link on there, it doesn't matter. Go ahead and pick any one and grind the edges of the rivets off. So this one we're changing. It's got about roughly 20,000 miles on it, but it's got a lot of loose spots. You got some tight spots in there. So it's time to be changed. Alright. So once that's ground flush there, now we can go ahead and get a hammer or screwdriver. We'll pop it right off. So take your screwdriver, big screwdriver or a chisel or whatever you got. Stick it right there. That's it. Awesome. Now the chain will come off. Now before we pull this chain all the way off, we're going to go ahead and thread the new chain through. That way you don't have to try to get up in there. I'll show you what I mean here in a second. Alright, we're back. Ready to take a little detour and go across town and pick up the master link that fell out of the bag back at his house. So now we're back onto the chain. Alright, so what I like to do, take the old chain off. Actually, wait. Alright, so there's a right way. So leave the old chain on, take the new chain. The chain that he got is a bike master chain. I haven't used one before, but we'll see how well it works. Still the new master link in. Then we can just pull the old one. Now we'll go ahead and we'll take the rear wheel off and get the sprocket off, and we'll pull the other one off and get that set up. Alright, so we're going to take our axle nut off there. This one we got one of the quick clips on ours instead of using a cotter pin. 27 millimeter, oops, I take that back. 650 is a 24 millimeter. Let's grab one of those. Alright, 24 squirt back. 1000, I believe has the 27.
Is it tight?
On the first generation. No, not really. That was tighter than it was the last time. It's probably about 40. Nut, washer, and alright, so here's a little trick I use if you're by yourself. Sometimes it's easy to get a good little 2x4 stick under there, especially when you're putting it on. Kind of hold all this up while you pull the axle out. Then when you put it on, you can put it under there, you can actually sit on it. Put the wheel up, makes it a lot easier. Spacer here, spacer over here. This doesn't have ABS on it, so you don't have to worry about taking the ABS sensor off the rear. So let's get these 5 nuts off here. Alright, this will speed up the process a little bit. Old sprocket. Actually still looks pretty good still, not too bad. How many miles you got on this turn? 20,000. Not too shabby. Alright, so we got the all cleaned up a little bit. Now let's start clean. Got our new sprocket, it's a JT sprocket. It's a 45 tooth. See how the 650 pulls out?
Only is a 47.
Yeah, normally the stock one's a 47. Stock gearing on the 650 is it is a 1547. So he went up 1 tooth in the front. Now he's going down 2 teeth in the rear. So
Yep.
we'll see what the RPM
I
runs.
bought it on eBay. It's from eBay.
Yeah,
I paid 180
180. Yeah.
for his taxes.
Yeah, that's about the going rate, around 180 for the new chain and sprockets. Alright, so look at these nuts on here. These are torqued at 43.5 foot-pounds. We'll just get them lightly snug. Use our star pattern. Now we'll use our torque wrench. Already set on 43.5. There. Remember to take your tension off of your torque wrench. Alright, so here's a little tip for you guys. So you got your rear brake caliper mounting thing here. You got your caliper, then your bracket. So if this comes off, you see that little slot. Wait, let me see if I can get it. That little slot right there has to fit on this little slot on this. Let me see if we can get a different angle. So that slot goes into that slot. Make sure that's in there. If it's above it or below it, you're going to have a lot of problems. Alright, so let's go ahead and put the tire back on here. Pop off there. That's okay. As long as you got it in that little slot. Alright, so next we got our spacers. I greased these not too long ago. We put new tires on here, so I'm not going to worry about that right now. So get our spacers on either side in there. we're trying to get the wheel up there without knocking the spacers off. Like I said, it's a little easier, you know, of course, having the lift, but you can still do it on the ground. So I'm going to try to do this by myself so you can see. You got to get the spacers in there. You got to make sure your rotor is in the between the brake pads. Notice the least likely thing people like to do. Once you've done about 1,000 of them, it's not so bad. Especially with the chain off there, you don't have to worry about that pulling either. So this 2x4 is just a little bit tall. Check all the spacers. There we go. That's in. Let's get this out of the way. Alright, we're going to throw all this stuff back on it, but we're not going to tighten anything up until we do the chain. Now always remember to pump your rear brake pedal off once it's on there. Alright, so now we're going to do the counter shaft sprocket real quick. That's not hard to get off, even with the chain on there. That's why I thread it through first. Same way as if I was just changing out the counter shaft sprocket. Now the other step. Old one. Yeah, it's actually still in pretty good shape. Alright, grab the new one. You got the JT sprocket, the one without the rubber damper. I don't think you can probably see it from there, but it's still a 16 tooth. Before we put this on there, we're going to go ahead and clean this out real quick. Okay, we got everything cleaned up there, all of our clutch push rod pin, everything back there is clean. So we're going to put our sprocket on. Spline's messed up. There we go. It is on. Now we got our washer. It goes into the splines. We got our nut. I usually try to put a little bit of red Loctite on there. That will do. sure your washer's on the splines before you. We're just going to use the impact gun just to snug it on there real quick, and then we'll torque it. Main thing, keep that washer on the splines, otherwise it'll crush it. Okay. Now we can go ahead and torque it. Looks good. We'll just put this chain over the back wheel so we can use the brake and hold it. And we're still going to have to cut some links off of this chain too. Because I think the stock links is 116 links, and I believe this chain is like 120. Alright, Ted, if you want to hold that rear brake, we'll see if that'll hold it. If not, we'll go ahead and cut the chain and
Okay.
put that on and then retorque it.